Hey guys, this is Shadow Fox and welcome back to another episode from the Isle of Nowhere server. So today we're starting off in the temporary storage area that I got set up when I moved my base over here. Now it's getting night time, so let's sleep first before we do anything. So I've been grinding for a couple of days on a few things. I'm trying to get some ink sacs. I need quite a lot of that for something I've got planned, which I'm not going to reveal just yet. But you can see we've got some magma blocks. Oh, that one's empty. Some terracotta, quartz, black concrete powder. I also need some coal blocks. So I decided to go down into the Dwarven City, see what had been mined up. Had some ores in here as well. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen so much coal in my life. So this is a 26 by 29 by 4 cuboid, I guess you call it, of coal ore blocks. Now I've put that into a calculator. That's 3016 coal ore blocks. So this is going to get me a lot of coal. Fingers crossed that's enough blocks. Yeah, so if I thought that placing down these coal ore blocks was taking a while, mining them out is taking even longer. So I'm still the first layer here, so there's still 3 levels of this to go. And I've only mined out the outermost 5 perimeters. And that's pretty much filled up my inventory. Now you can see I've taken my armor off and everything because the fortune pickaxe is getting mended, so it's not costing any durability to mine this, which is fantastic. So let's go have a look and see how many coal blocks that gets us. There's 1 stack, and it's almost 2 stacks. It's up to 3.5 stacks now, which is good. But yeah, I've still got a long way to go with this, so I'm going to continue mining this out, and let's just nom on some juicy steak. Yeah, I'm going to continue doing this. Hopefully it's not going to take too much longer, although I think that's just wishful thinking. This is probably going to take forever. And we're finally almost there. It's all done. That's taken the better part of half an hour. Didn't take as long as I was expecting, although it did feel like forever. Felt like an eternity just mining all of that coal. So let's craft up the last of these coal blocks. Got a little bit spare there. Yeah, so there we go. That is 9, 10, 11, 12, almost 13 stacks of coal blocks. Hopefully that's going to be enough, and I'm sure you can probably guess what I'm going to be doing with this block palette. Let's take this out here and we'll pop it in with the coal blocks, because this shulker is actually going to be for something else a bit later on, probably in a few episodes, I guess. And oh, now I can't open that. There we go. So yeah, let's also take these out. I don't actually need those, I just picked them up while I was mining the terracotta. We'll dump me in there, this one's empty for now. There we go, so I'm going to pick these up. And what we're going to be doing is starting to work on terraforming the outside of this place. Now this area here is going to be a large chasm that I'm going to dig down. So we're not going to do this bit. I'm also going to leave this bit here because that is where the kind of central structure for this area is going to go. That's going to be the tower. So I'd rather do that separately. But this is the area I'm going to work on. So I guess what I need to do is plop these down. Put them down on here for now. And I need to start placing some blocks and getting to work. Alright guys, so the terraforming has started. As you can see, I've created a kind of like a lava spring. So the idea is there's going to be points in the biome where the, I guess the crust you could say is thinner than in other places. So the lava bubbles up. As it comes up, it cools and creates these kind of stone spouts. And this is going to form the basis of the lava streams that are going to run throughout the biome. So from here, this lava is then going to run down, and I think this one I'm probably just going to run straight into the chasm once that's built. But what I've tried to do, I say it doesn't look like much at the moment, just because we've still got a lot of stone around here. I haven't even worked on any of this other area yet, but I've tried to use the coal blocks and the black concrete around the edges. That's kind of the magma that's started to cool. It's now starting to form stone, and then around the edges you can see I've also got some andesite and gravel to break up the stone a bit. And then I've started introducing the brown terracotta around here as well. I'm not sure how I feel about that just yet, but again, you know, I really need to get some more of this done before I can see how the final thing's going to start looking. And probably what I'm going to do is introduce some lava into these mountains as well. So we might have a few points throughout the mountain range where the lava's actually managed to find its way up into the mountains and has then started to pour out through a few cracks. See, there's a lot of work left to do. I need to just sit down and I guess just really crack on with it. You know, I don't want to overthink things too much with the planning. So I'm going to play about with a few things and hopefully I can come up with something that I like. Alright guys, so welcome back. We're starting to get a bit of progress on the outside of the base area. So we've got this lava spout built up. I've also started terraforming the area around it just to give it a bit of depth. Also started on the mountain side near it. So what we're doing is we're working with the black concrete powder and the coal blocks close to where the lava is, and then kind of gradually kind of getting less and less as it moves away from there. And we're mixing in the andesite, the gravel and cobblestone just to mix up the stone textures a bit. So I think this is looking pretty cool now. And you can probably see over here past the beacon we've got another lava stream. So I've built this area up a bit more, so this is going to be running into the chasm here once I've dug it out. I'm just blocking it off for the moment. I have died once in this river, I'm not going to lie. But you can see here we've got a bit more dirt, we've got some brown terracotta, we've got some dead bushes, and we've also got these acacia logs to try and form dead trees. I'm not sure how I feel about these just yet. I may want to make them a bit bigger, I may want to reshape them a bit, but I'm going to leave them like that for now. We've also got these cobblestone walls just to kind of mix the kind of height differentiation up a bit. And down here we've also got magma blocks. And then the only other thing I've done so far is, that was me trying to fly there, is I've put in a lava stream over here which is going down into a small pool. Now I'm probably going to have a few of these dotted around the base area in the mountains. This one here I've blocked off, so it's going to stop there just because it comes fairly close to where the entrance to the dwarven area is. But what I'm planning on doing is having a few of them kind of spill out into the ground. So yeah, that's what we've got done at the moment, and yeah, don't look up there. Spoilers. You can probably guess what that is just by looking at it, but we're not going to touch on that just yet. I was trying to test that out in a creative world. Unfortunately, using the fill command to place a lot of glass seems to crash the world. So I've had to take to testing it out in survival instead. It's going alright. It needs a bit more work before I actually get onto it, but I'm going to keep messing with it in between clips and hopefully come up with something very soon. But what I want to do for the moment is, now I started getting the outside area done, is I want to finish up the storage area first. So let's fly down here, remind ourselves where we got up to last time. So we've got the first layer done. I've started adding in some item frames so I can tell what's going to be in each area. There's very little in. I haven't started moving a lot of the items over yet. We've got the second floor dug out, but we haven't got any of the chests or anything yet. As I mentioned in the last clip, I believe, I want to add some of the shulker storage up onto the second floor. And then we need to get the arch done. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out the ceiling, I guess. So I'm going to grab some scaffolding blocks. Let's use granite, just so we don't get it mixed up with the rest of the build. And I'm going to dig out where the ceiling arches are going to go. So hopefully it shouldn't take too long with the beacon, but I'll see you once that's done. Alright, and there we have it. The roof of this place is now dug out. You can see I've also put in the arches that are going to be extending up from these pillars. And obviously this isn't just going to be stone behind here. I need to decide on what I want to do. I'm thinking perhaps some more spruce going along on the outside edge of these pillars. That would look quite good. It would tie in with how we've done the second floor. I'm quite pleased how this turned out. Obviously those pillars at the side are not going to just be straight up as well. I'm not sure what I want to do with those yet. I may even remove them after the second floor. But I'm going to have a play about with it, see what I can come up with. But for now, I think we'll move on from the storage area, because there's a few more things that I want to get done. So I'm back over here at the kelp farm, which as you can see has been running nicely. We've got about a double chest and a half of dried kelp in there at the moment. So the problem with this is we only have 3 double chests, which those fill up very quickly. So what I want to do is actually extend the storage area for this place. I'm going to do that just by popping down some cobblestone to get rid of the water source blocks. So I'm going to fill this down a few levels. I'm not entirely sure how many yet. But what I want is a nice big storage area where we can get plenty of dried kelp without having to worry about backlogging while myself or others may be in the area. Okay, so I've got some more chests into the storage room for the kelp now. This is just the start of it. What I want to do eventually is just have the back wall, or at least a few rows of the back wall covered with chests. I might even pull these out and have them here instead, with the hoppers going at this level. And what I've done here is I've built a chest for the dried kelp blocks to go into. That's going into a hopper, which is then going to run into a, is it a dispenser or a dropper? I can never remember, but it's going to go into an item elevator, which is going to take it up to the chest up there, which currently fuels the furnaces for the auto smelter. I also need to bring some redstone down just to have a way to stop that minecart going backwards and forwards until it's filled up. But this is at least going to give us a bit more space now, so we can backlog a bit more kelp just for the moment, which is what we need. Because the auto smelter over at Spawn Town is running a little bit low, as I've used up quite a lot of the fuel in it. Speaking of which, let's, if I can get into the air please. Okay, let's get on here. So if I can get some air, there we go. I'm going to have a quick fly over to the industrial area, as I'm not sure when I last showed this in one of my clips, and there has been quite a decent amount of building going on. So it should be coming into view any second now. So we've got the sugarcane farm which Poof built, Got the auto smelter itself looking very fancy with the fire effects. Boombox, I still need to get a roof on that. And, oh, I've not seen this bit before. I saw the start of the tower, but this is Grimm's build, I believe. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. I guess there's only the one entrance around here. So we've got the standard bubble elevator, which seems to be quite common these days in 1.13. Okay, that doesn't really give me any clues as to what this is. I'm guessing it's just meant to be a base area. But it is looking very cool. It's got a kind of jellyfish vibe. Especially with the nether rack on it still. It kind of looks like it could be a tentacle. But yeah, I like that. Grimm has also built a new floor to the trading hall. So it's a good job I didn't put a roof on that just yet. But that's just to basically hide all of the mechanical stuff that's going on. If I head up here, you can probably see in the window there, that's the sorting system. That's sending all of the potatoes, wheat, carrots and so on down to the respective floors. We've got the potion brewing station and pumpkin and melon farms, which were there before. But yeah, so the industrial area is coming in nicely. I feel like what we're going to have to do before long is actually get some terraforming done, because at the moment these builds are just sitting on top of hills. We need some paths, we need some roads. What I'm thinking as well is it'd be kind of cool to have something in this area. And I was thinking maybe a parking garage for the employees of the trading hall. And also I want to get on with doing something with this area. So these rooms inside the trading hall that aren't accessible. But unfortunately I don't think we have the books that allow us to do the armour stand yet. Anyway, it's getting night time and I can't remember the last time I've slept. So I'm going to quickly duck in here. And hopefully Nether Portal's still up. Is it wrong? Yes, there it is. Because I don't want to get on by a load of phantoms. Okay, so I'm back over at the Dwarven storage area. Now I know I keep jumping about between projects a bit. It's partly because when I'm doing big projects like this, I do like to mix it up a bit. I feel like if I spend forever on one thing, then I do tend to get burnt out quite quickly, and then I end up not playing, not achieving anything at all. So I'm probably going to be hopping about between a few different things just so I'm not getting bored or burnt out. But I've been out to a nearby spruce forest and gathered up plenty of spruce logs. And what I'm doing is I'm placing these down behind the arches at the points where the arch comes in one. And also something really strange just happened. So I was down here in the Dwarven storage. I'd just gotten here and I was getting ready to start pillaring up here to place the logs. And then all of a sudden I heard this banging noise that just sounded like banging pipes. Now I was almost certain that it came from the game. However, I don't ever remember hearing a banging sound like that before. So it got me kind of like a little bit freaked out. You know when there's that little bit of doubt in your mind, like you can't be 100% sure that it did come from the game. And then I'm sat here wondering, well, if it wasn't the game, what was it? Because I live above a shop, and that shop has metal shutters. So it could have been something like that, banging or rattling, but I'm almost certain that came from my headphones. Like I'm about 95% certain. But sometimes all you need is that 1% doubt. That's all you need just for your mind to start getting paranoid. Yes, I think that helps. That does definitely break up the stone as it ties in with the border on the second floor. So I'm going to start putting that in. I've got to do the rest of this side first just to see how it looks. And then I'll get the other side done as well. Okay, well that's the first side in, and you know what, I really like that. Now I'm thinking what I might do is actually take it up one further and have some going along the roof either side of the centre, and then continue it back down on the other side. Unfortunately, that's all the spruce logs I've got left. So I need to grab some saplings and I need to go harvesting again. Now, fortunately, I did plant some kind of 2x2 spruce trees down at the back of my base some time ago. So this should get us plenty of spruce, hopefully enough to actually finish the storage room. Okay, so I've made a fair bit of progress with the storage room. I've got the support beams in going across the length of the room. I've also got the arches finished, and I've filled in the kind of walls above the ceiling. I'm not sure what I want to do on the ends here and here yet. So I've done the support beams going across this end. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that yet. Obviously I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the pillars on this side as well. This back side is probably going to be a lot easier once I get the statue in, as that's going to fill a lot of the space anyway. But also what I want to do is have some hanging lights coming down from the ceiling. So to do that I want some spruce fences. I'm not going to do too many just now. I just want a little bit just to see how this is going to look. So if I probably skip that first one and pillar up here. Come on. And I'm fairly certain I'm going to get rid of those magma blocks, and that's too high. So I'm going to use the spruce fences to come down here. I don't know if I want to come down a little bit further than that, but what I'm thinking is if we hang a sea lantern from here, and I need some more fences. Let's just cheat. Rather than pillaring back down, let's just pop a crafting table down there. That's plenty. Actually, let's bring this down a bit further. So we'll pop our sea lantern on the end there. Okay, now that doesn't connect like I was expecting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's take a look at it from a distance. Oh god, that's awful. That is absolutely terrible. I think the problem is it's too low and maybe not wide enough. Right, I'm going to have a play about with this. Alright guys, welcome back. So you can see we're in the outside of the base area now. I had a bit of play around with the chandeliers, but unfortunately couldn't find anything that I was happy with, so I decided to take a break and go back to terraforming. And you can see we've got a couple areas over here and in this corner that have been done now. So I decided to add a bit of a hill. I'm not quite finished with this yet. I'm going to transition it more into the side of the mountain. We've also got this, which is the start of a smaller ravine that I want to do. So I'm going to dig that out a bit further, maybe make it a bit wider, a bit longer as well, and then possibly have some sort of small bridge just going over it. But the main thing I've done is this area, which I've brought the lava down from the mountain. I'm not quite happy with how it comes down. I want to try and get it to meander a little bit more, but I'll work on that off camera until I can get something I'm happy with. But you can see we've filled in quite a large lake almost of lava. We've got a couple of the small stone, I don't know what you call them, they're not quite spikes, they're not quite hills, but we've got these stone structures set up in the middle of the lake. I've started working on the mountain around the edge of the lake as well. It's not quite finished, I've still got this area over here to do, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's just, there's obviously a lot more that we need to get done, and I'm thinking of replicating this kind of idea on the other side here as well. You can see I've also dug down here, so with the areas over here we've got a lot of upwards depth being added. So with the smaller ravine and this area, I wanted to do the opposite and dig downward so we can get more height differentiation in, add a bit more interest to the area. And I think this is going to work really well for transitioning this into the ravine over here. So I've got an idea for what I want to do, although I'm not going to share it just yet. I'm going to save that for a couple of episodes. Might even be a bit further away, just depends on how much of this I can get done. But anyway guys, I think that is going to be it for this episode. I'm going to continue working on the terraforming, and you know, it'd be great if I could fly, please. Yeah, like that. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.